Here's how I prune my cucumber plants.
Once the plant is between 1 and 2 feet tall, I remove any lower leaves that are close to or touching the ground to help prevent issues such as mildew. Then I follow the main stem from the base of the plant to where the leaves meet it. This is where the side shoots or suckers grow from the axel, which I remove to contain the plant to one manageable main stem, improving productivity and maximising airflow. The fruit also forms in these little axils, producing flowers prior to developing fruit behind them once pollinated. I remove the first 3 or 4 that the plant produces, allowing it to focus on initial growth prior to fruiting. These are the tendrils that the plant uses to climb, and I train the plant around a twine support as it grows, and they do so very fast, so before you know it, you'll have more cucumbers than you know what to do with.
And for more growing tips, you can now pick up a copy of my book in most bookstores or through the link in my bio. So get pruning and follow along for more tips.
If you want a basil bush like this, here are my 3 tips for you. First tip, don't harvest your basil leaf by leaf. What you should do instead is to cut your basil below the main head. The little leaves below will continue to grow. The plant will split from one stem into 2 new stems. Repeat the same process on these 2 new stems to multiply and create new stems, growing into a huge basil bush like this. Tips number 2, cut the flowers. Once basil blooms, it puts energy into creating seeds instead of leaves. Cut the flowers to extend the life of your basil. You can reuse these flowers for cooking, or to make a delicious herbal infusion, or simply dry the flowers, place them in a bag, and you will be able to collect loads of free basil seeds to plant next year. Third tip, feed your plant. Collect the compost tea from your composter and dilute with water. I also place dried cow manure at the base of the stem. You can then water to feed your soil and your plant. Green love to you, and follow.
Every summer for the last 4 years, I've grown more fresh peppers than we've known what to do with. And here's how you can too, by starting with just the seeds from a ripe pepper in your kitchen. Now, peppers are surprisingly easy to grow as long as they get enough warmth. So to provide this, I simply poke a few holes in the bottom of an old cookie or fruit punnet and sow about 5 to 6 seeds in a quality compost. Then, after a quick water, you can close the lid, creating a mini greenhouse, giving them the warmth they need to germinate into these little seedlings, where you'll then need to pot them on into their own small pots. Now, the secret to turn this into this is when you notice these pretty little flowers starting to appear. That's when it's really important to feed your peppers with a liquid feed, such as my homemade stinging nettle tea, at least once a week. And before long, you'll notice those flowers turn into these tiny little fruits. And as we started with seed from a supermarket pepper, don't be surprised if you end up with fruits that look absolutely nothing like the original, which for me is all part of the fun. Thank you so much for watching, and please follow